In the vast, endless Atlantic Ocean, where waves swallow secrets and storms erase histories, one ship still haunts the world with a question no one has ever fully answered. This is the true, terrifying, and unbelievable story of the Mary Celeste, the most famous ghost ship ever found drifting with no crew, no struggle, no explanation. A mystery that has survived for more than 150 years, giving birth to legends of sea monsters, pirates, conspiracies, ghosts, and alien abductions. Today, you'll hear the entire story, every detail, every theory, every clue the ocean left behind. Let's begin. The ship that should never have been famous? The Mary Celeste wasn't born mysterious. She was launched in 1861 in Canada under a different name, Amazon. And from the first day, the ship seemed cursed. On her first voyage, the captain fell ill and died. Later, she collided with another ship. Then she ran aground and was badly damaged. Sailors whispered that she was a bad luck vessel, but after repairs and a sale to new American owners, she was renamed Mary Celeste, Mary the Blessed. Ironically, nothing about her would ever be blessed again. The crew in the final voyage. On November 7th, 1872, the Mary Celeste left New York bound for Genoa, Italy. Her cargo, 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, highly volatile, inflammable. The crew consisted of 7 experienced sailors, commanded by Captain Benjamin Briggs, a highly respected, disciplined, deeply religious man. He brought his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. 10 people in total, 10 people who would vanish forever. The weather was good. The ship was healthy. The crew was skilled. Everything pointed toward a normal voyage, but the Atlantic had other plans. The discovery on December 4th, 1872, nearly a month after leaving New York. The British ship De Gradia spotted a vessel drifting strangely between Portugal and the Azores Islands. Sails torn, no one steering, no signals, no crew visible. When they drew closer, the name painted on the hull became clear: Mary Celeste. A boarding party was sent. What they found remains one of the most chilling maritime discoveries in history. No crew, no bodies, no signs of violence, no signs of panic or struggle. Everything neatly arranged. Crew's clothes still in their chests. Captain's cabin untouched. Cargo completely intact. Ship seaworthy, with no major damage. Lifeboat missing. Even stranger, half-eaten meals were still on the table. A sewing machine was open as if someone had been using it minutes earlier. A cup of tea was on a desk, cold, but undisturbed. It was as if everyone simply stood up and walked off the ship in the middle of their daily routine. The last entry in the captain's log was 9 days earlier. Everything after that is blank. 10 souls, gone forever. The mystery became global news, and soon wild theories began to spread. Sea monsters. Some sailors insisted a massive kraken dragged the crew into the deep. No sign supported this, but the ocean is big enough to make anyone wonder. Pirates. People suspected pirates killed the crew, but the cargo and valuables were untouched. Mutiny. Maybe the crew turned on the captain, but there were no signs of fighting, no blood, no disorder. Alcohol poisoning. Some said the crew drank the alcohol and went mad. Impossible. The cargo was industrial poison. Ghost ship, cursed ship superstitions returned from her earlier life as Amazon. Sailors claimed the ship was cursed and had a history of death. Giant wave or water spout. Some believed a sudden wave washed everyone into the sea, but the ship wasn't damaged and the sails were still mostly up. Abduction by aliens. In the 20th century, UFO believers claimed the entire crew was taken. As ridiculous as it sounds, no evidence contradicted it either. But legends are just legends. The truth is hidden in clues science later uncovered. After 150 years, historians and scientists began re-examining all evidence, and a few theories still stand strong. Alcohol fumes explosion, most accepted today. The cargo was highly flammable industrial alcohol. 9 barrels were later found leaking. Scientists believe fumes built up in the hold. The crew smelled it. The captain feared the ship might explode. He ordered everyone into the lifeboat temporarily. A small explosion or loud pressure boom might have frightened them. No fire damage was found because it was a pressure explosion, not a burning explosion. But then, a sudden change of wind or a rope failure could have separated the lifeboat from the ship, leaving the Mary Celeste to drift and the crew lost in the vast ocean. This is considered the most credible explanation. Faulty instrument readings. The ship's compass was damaged. The chronometer was unreliable. Captain Briggs may have believed they were close to land, dangerously close. Fearing a crash, he ordered a temporary evacuation into the lifeboat. He was wrong, and the lifeboat drifted away. Seaquake or waterspout. A sudden underwater quake or a violent waterspout might have shaken the ship violently, scaring the crew into abandoning it. But again, no physical damage supports this. Human error and panic. One mistake, one miscalculation, one moment of fear. That's all it takes at sea. Modern recreations and experiments showed that alcohol fumes can cause a cold explosion with no burn marks, leaky barrels, can create a terrifying shockwave sound. Captains in the 1800s often evacuated temporarily when they feared explosions. This lines up perfectly with the clues. Cargo leaking hatch covers, loose pumps, dismantled. Lifeboat missing, no struggle. Everything left behind, crew never found. The most logical conclusion is the crew abandoned the ship in fear of a potential explosion, not knowing the ship would remain safe while their small lifeboat drifted into death. A tragic accident, a terrible twist of fate, a story the ocean swallowed forever. The Mary Celeste continued sailing for years afterward, almost as if haunted. But the people who once walked her decks, the captain, his wife, their little daughter, and 7 loyal sailors, were never seen again. Their final moments are known only to the sea, and the Mary Celeste remains the greatest maritime mystery of all time.